It's 2:49 a.m. on the 16th of November 2025. 18 miles off the Venezuelan coast, the US Coast Guard cutter Stone moves through calm dark water. No warning, no radio call. Just a sudden flash on the left side of the horizon. A green line cuts across the night sky. Then another. Tracer rounds. They move fast, lighting the waves like someone slicing the ocean with a glowing blade. Inside the bridge, the first sound is not the gunfire. It is the sharp alarm from the lookout shouting over the radio. Incoming fire, bearing 275. More rounds fall closer, hitting the water only a few dozen yards from the ship. For a moment, no one breathes. Then the captain steps forward, grabs the binoculars, and sees the truth. A small Venezuelan patrol boat is firing directly at them. The cutter shakes as another burst cracks through the air. The crew waits for the captain's next words, knowing whatever he says will decide everything. He reaches for the intercom, but before he speaks, another burst of tracers streaks toward the ship. The moment hangs in the air. Fight or hold. And the next move will change the night. The attack matters because this stretch of water off Venezuela is one of the busiest drug routes in the Caribbean. Fast boats, hidden cargo, and late-night runs move through here every week. The Stone was on a simple mission: stop those shipments before they reach American shores. For the Coast Guard, this job is routine but personal. Every seizure means fewer drugs on the streets back home, fewer overdoses, fewer families breaking apart. Even on a quiet night, every watch stands ready. But Venezuela sees this area differently. Their government claims a security zone far beyond the 12 miles recognized by international law. They push their patrol boats toward the lanes where the Stone operates. Most days, it's loud radio warnings or small harassment runs. Yet, until this moment, none of their ships had fired at an American vessel. That line was crossed tonight. What makes it more serious is the clear distance. 18 miles out is international waters. No confusion, no gray area. When a foreign patrol boat fires there, it's not a mistake. It's a message aimed not only at the cutter but at the rules that keep these waters stable. For the Stone's crew, the danger feels real in a way no briefing can prepare them for. Their ship is strong, but not a warship. One accurate burst from a heavy machine gun can rip through metal, hit fuel lines, or injure someone on deck. They also know help is not seconds away. When the first rounds hit the water, they understood this could turn into something far bigger than a routine patrol. That is why this moment matters. When a nation fires at an American military vessel in open water, the next steps can pull in destroyers, diplomats, and headlines around the world. And it starts here, with one decision under a dark sky. The response on the Stone begins the moment the tracers hit the water. The lookout shouts distance and direction as green rounds cut through the dark. Inside the bridge, the captain grabs the intercom. His voice is sharp. "All hands, general quarters." The alarm rings through the ship. Crew jump from their racks, pull on gear, and run to stations they never thought they would fight from. On the bridge, the radar operator confirms the contact. It is small, fast, and heading straight for them. No fishing boat moves like that. Another burst hits so close, the spray reaches the bow. The crew hears the heavy cracks of incoming fire and knows those rounds can punch through metal if they land right. The captain tries one last radio call. No answer, no lights, just more gunfire. Everyone understands what that means. When a vessel fires in international waters and refuses to reply, the threat is real. "Weapons free," the captain orders. "Return fire." The 57mm gun powers up. The gunner settles in, hands tense but controlled. He presses the trigger. The first shell splashes short. The second lands closer, lifting a tall burst of white water. The third round hits the patrol boat's bow. A bright flash lights the waves. Smoke rises. The enemy's forward gun goes silent, but their stern gun fires back almost immediately. Tracers skip across the surface, some heading straight at the cutter. One round slams into the starboard side with a sharp metallic scream. The ship shakes lightly. Damage control reports fast. Starboard hit. No breach. All systems good. With the ship holding steady, the gunner fires again. 4 rounds walk across the Venezuelan boat. One hits the cabin, another tears into the stern. Thick smoke pours out. The enemy boat turns away, engines pushing hard as it tries to flee toward its coast. The Stone keeps its gun locked until the target moves out of range. "Cease fire," the captain calls. "Hold position." No one relaxes. The crew knows the night might not be finished. If one patrol boat attacked, more could be nearby in the dark. The cutter steadies its course, sensors scanning, every sailor waiting for the next move on the black water around them. If you were standing on that bridge, would you fire the moment you were hit or wait one more second? Press 1 or 9 and tell us what you'd choose. When the enemy boat finally turns away, the Stone holds its fire, but no one feels safe. The ocean around them feels wider and darker than before. The radar team scans non-stop, watching for any sign of a second wave. A retreat like this can be real, or it can be bait. The captain keeps his eyes on the horizon, ready for anything, knowing one mistake in these waters can change the whole night. Inside the combat center, the radar shows small flickers on the edge of the screen. Nothing clear, but enough to raise nerves. Everyone understands the danger. Fast patrol boats can strike from any angle, and in a close fight, even a small turn can decide who gets hit first. The captain orders the cutter to hold speed and keep a clean arc to maneuver if something new appears. For a moment, everything goes still. No gunfire, no radio calls, just the steady hum of engines under the deck and the quiet breathing of the crew waiting for the next move. The silence feels almost unnatural after the rush of incoming rounds. On the forward deck, the gunner checks the weapon again, wiping sweat off his hands. He listens for anything, waves, engines, another burst, but the night gives him nothing. Then the radio cracks. Possible second contact, south-southwest. The bridge tenses instantly. The captain turns. Confirm! It takes several long seconds for the radar operator to answer. Contact turning away. Speed rising. Looks like they're leaving. Relief mixes with doubt. No one trusts an easy exit. The Stone keeps guns trained and engines warm. The retreat tells a clear story. The Venezuelan boat fired first, took real damage, and is now racing home with smoke trailing behind it. A mistake like that in international waters triggers consequences far above the crew's pay grade. The Stone sailors know destroyers could already be closing in, and once they arrive, the situation turns from a small clash into a full display of American power. The captain sends a secure message to command. The Stone stays on station, refusing to back down even after taking enemy fire. The cutter holds its ground in the dark, waiting for whatever comes next. If you were standing on that deck, would you stay put like the Stone or pull back to deeper water? Press 1 or 9 and tell us your call. The Stone holds position. Engine steady, crew tight and silent. Everyone believes the worst part of the night is over. The enemy boat has pulled away, and the radar screen finally looks clean. But deep inside the ship, no one fully relaxes. Fights at sea rarely end in one short burst. There is always something coming next, usually from a direction no one expects. The twist begins with a simple update from the communication station. A faint signal appears on the long-range channel. Not strong enough to be a call, just a short burst of encrypted noise. The operator listens again. Another burst, then another. It is not coming from the fleeing patrol boat, it is coming from the coastline. The captain understands immediately. Someone ashore knows the attack failed and is now calling higher headquarters. That means more assets could be moving. The radar operator spots a new return, far out, barely visible on the scope. It fades, reappears, fades again. It is too large to be a small patrol boat and too slow to be a smuggler. The crew leans forward as the operator adjusts the gain. The return sharpens. A larger Venezuelan vessel might be getting underway from a coastal base, heading toward the area where the Stone is holding. If it joins the fight, the cutter could face a ship with heavier guns and more armor. The captain keeps the Stone steady, waiting for clarity. He knows calling for help too early risks triggering a bigger incident, but waiting too long could trap the ship between the coastline and an advancing vessel. The silence across the bridge becomes a pressure of its own. The crew keeps watching, breathing slow, hands resting near controls. Then, without warning, the faint return disappears entirely. The radar screen clears. Either the larger vessel stopped, turned away, or never came at all. The crew doesn't know. The captain doesn't know. The ocean doesn't care. But what everyone understands is simple. The attack they survived might not have been a lone mistake. It could have been part of something larger that never fully unfolded. Moments like this force a question no briefing can answer. When a hostile force pulls back but another one might be moving in the dark, what should a captain do? Stand firm or withdraw before the next wave arrives? Press 1 or 9 and tell us your call. The climax begins the moment the secure channel on the stone lights up. The captain answers instantly. A calm, steady voice delivers the news the crew has been hoping for. 2 US Navy destroyers are racing toward their position at full speed. The captain turns to his team and says, "Support inbound. Hold this line." Those few words shift the entire mood on the cutter. Men and women who just took enemy fire now feel the weight of real backup moving their way. The radar operator stares at the long-range screen. Minutes later, 2 large friendly returns appear. Out on deck, the first deep rumble of distant engines rolls across the dark water. The crew steps toward the rails, searching for shapes on the horizon, waiting for the moment they can finally see what is coming to stand beside them. Then they appear. 2 massive silhouettes break through the night, Gravely and Porter moving at more than 30 knots. Their lights cut across the waves, their radars spinning non-stop. These ships carry enough firepower to stop any threat in seconds, and now they are locking onto the stone's position with purpose. As they close in, the destroyers shift into formation. One places itself directly between the stone and the Venezuelan coast, forming a shield. The other locks down the northern side, guarding the cutter's flank. In moments, the stone goes from standing alone to sitting at the center of a powerful 3-ship wall of steel and resolve. The radio clicks on. "Stone, this is Gravely. We have your watch. You may withdraw." The meaning is clear. The cutter took the first hit and held its ground. Now the heavy ships are here to make sure no one dares fire again. Across the water, the Venezuelan coastline stays silent. No more radar returns. No more fast boats. Whatever force was moving earlier has stopped completely. The destroyers do not fire a single shot, but their arrival sends the strongest message of the night. As the stone begins to pull back, the crew watches the destroyers hold position, guns pointed toward shore, engines steady and ready for anything. The danger that filled the night has flipped. Control now belongs to the ships that arrived through the darkness and changed everything. If you were watching those destroyers appear over the horizon, would you feel relief or anger first? Press 1 or 9 and tell us your reaction. By sunrise, the sea looks calm again, but no one on the stone feels calm. The cutter moves toward deeper water for inspection, while the 2 destroyers hold their positions behind it, steady and unmoved. The crew finally exhales. They survived real enemy fire, hit back, and kept control of the situation until help arrived. One wrong call could have turned the night into something far worse. Reports travel quickly. The attack happened in clear international waters. The Venezuelan boat fired first. The stone responded by the rules and forced the attacker to retreat. No American crew were hurt, and the cutter took only light damage. But the political impact grows fast. What began as a short burst of tracers now spreads across command centers and diplomatic calls. On the Venezuelan coast, the patrol boat limps home with smoke still rising from its bow. Its captain faces harsh questions. A failed attack, recorded on sensors and radio logs, is not something leaders can deny. Statements shift from confidence to confusion, then to calling the incident a mistake. For the US, the message is simple. When an American ship is attacked, support arrives fast and in force. A Coast Guard cutter may be small, but the nation behind it is not. The arrival of Gravely and Porter proves that even a single shot can bring major ships charging in. It also shows how quickly a small clash can grow into a regional crisis. As the stone reaches safer waters, the crew settles, but no one forgets the lesson. In the Caribbean, One action can pull nations to the edge. One burst of gunfire can change an entire night. And every ship in these waters will remember what happened here. If you watch this unfold, would you call it a warning or the start of a bigger shift? Press 1 or 9 and share your view.